guns on him, one of him. Plus ain't none of y'all confront him. So blind in our own mind, we wouldn't even know God or who's in front of him. And I read your books, know all your remixes to the Bible. What about a verse for the thugs, cure of drugs and survival? That's Ask chapters, name of Mark, Malcolm, and Farrakhan. In all my history books, only one died was the Americans. And that's the point of mine. Who's responsible for Vietnam? And hold on, there's more here. 2 world wars. And how come the judges make more than the teachers make? And even raising all the taxes, got us fighting for education. Life is crazy, ain't it?
Welcome to Make a Statement. And remember, in your daily lives, that simply making a statement can make a difference. This is your host, Whitehurst. To all of our leaders, and I'm even talking to leaders in the state, African American leaders in Congress, Maxine Waters. I'm talking to, there was nothing wrong with what Barack Obama said. He said, take off the house slippers, put on the marching boots, let's go. In other words, he was saying, I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go. And stop getting offended by everything. And now I'm in the Tavis Smiley and Dr. Cornel West category. Stop getting offended by every little thing Barack Obama says, and stop being overcritical of him. You've got to understand that he's the president of the United States, and he is not the leader of the civil rights era of this day. That's not what he's called for, to be the leader of the civil rights era. And I critiqued him, and I criticized him. I made a statement about him because even as the president of the United States, even if he was a white man, he needs to acknowledge that this country has done an injustice to black folks, and it will take special attention in some African American communities and for African Americans and minorities across the board to fix some of the economical disparities that we have and other disparities that we have as a result of what this country has done. But stop being overcritical of President Barack Obama. Stop trying to make it seem like he has to do everything. Now, let me pull my notes out on West and Smiley. I already said they wrong for being overcritical. Cornel West was wrong for saying that Obama is turning into a black mascot for Wall Street. How is that even a logical argument, my brother? When this man did not even take PAC money, didn't take special interest money, but he raised record funds of any other president and more funds than any other presidential candidate ever raised in a campaign. He raised more funds, broke records than any other candidate ever raised in a presidential campaign, and didn't take one dime from special interest. But he took money and donations from individual people like myself. I had the opportunity to fund Barack Obama's campaign and have a fundraiser for it. And I'm already having a fundraiser for his campaign this go around, and I have already funded some money to his campaign this go around. So that's not even a logical statement. How in the world can he be a black mascot for Wall Street when Wall Street don't have an interest in him and he don't have an interest in Wall Street? And then he set those CEOs down at the beginning of his term, and he showed you that he was a fighter. He brought a glass of water to him and didn't even put ice in the water, and had a conversation with them about what they got to do for the American people. And he told them the only thing standing between them and the pitchfork was his administration. So how in the world can you say that he's a black mascot? Come on, Dr. Cornel West, you got to quit that nonsense, because that nonsense right there will cause a divide in the black community and will thus cause a divide politically for us, and will hurt the president. And not only hurt the president, but as you already see, it's going to hurt your own reputation, because nobody's buying into that garbage. It's foolishness. We don't need it. We just don't need it. Now that, I didn't see any valid point with that at all. Because Barack Obama unprecedentedly checked those CEOs. He checked Wall Street. And he often talks about it as well. I have in my notes also Tavis Smiley and Dr. West. Uh, Stop looking at Obama to be perfect on campaign promises. He done had one vote in Congress. Remember that. Like criticizing him about not being able to get the public option into the health care bill. Okay, he didn't get the public option into the health care bill. It was by no fault of his own. He wanted the public option into the health care bill. He has our best interests at heart. But he has a Congress to deal with, and he's a team player, and he knows how to deal with people. And so if he didn't get the public option into the health care bill this time, fine. Let the wheels keep on turning, and maybe eventually we can get a public option into the health care bill in the future. But right now, instead of critiquing and being overcritical of President Obama, understand that his health care bill going all the way up to the Supreme Court. Won't you go open your mouth up in support of the health care bill as it is now, and keep folks in states from trying to tear it down and trying to say that it's unconstitutional? If you don't, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep being negative and contribute to a divide in the African American community. You also were critical of Barack Obama dealing with the labor union. You wanted to make it seem like, that he wasn't down for the cause anymore because he didn't put on his boots and he didn't go out there and actually march when the way that he was figuratively or maybe literally speaking. He's the president of the United States. He has a big schedule to keep. Why didn't you put on some boots and go fight for the labor movement? Stop being overcritical of the man. He stated his position. You know he's for unions. And so give him time to do what he needs to do and stop being overcritical of him. Because you're going to continue to cause a divide in the black community and destroy your own reputation in the process. I have the utmost respect for Dr. Cornel West and also Tavis Smiley. And I agree with the premise of their argument. That they do expect an African American president to be sensitive to African American issues and also issues of the poor. And they are right, and I'm with them for standing up for that. And as I already said, Al Sharpton and Steve Harvey and the other ones need to quit trying to shut them up. Don't be marching on them trying to shut them up, because they have a right to speak about those issues. And Barack Obama, if you pay attention, was hinting that somebody needs to speak up about them. See, the reason the media is talking about African Americans now on the media and in the media is because Tavis Smiley and Dr. Cornel West came out as radical as they did. And then Al Sharpton, Steve Harvey, and some more started responding to him. And when they started clashing, that's what the media like. So that thrust the African American, will there be an African American agenda, is the question that was thrust into the media for the President Barack Obama. And so I got to give the brothers credit on that. The top 2% and the wealthiest people in this country, they have lobbyists, and they get up and they fight every day for more and more and more, even though they already have so much. So why in the world is it that we as African Americans, we as low income and impoverished communities, feel like and let folks tell us that we ain't supposed to have anything or fight for anything? They control everything, and they still fight for more. Now they want laws to help them out better. They want to pay lower taxes when they already control everything. So we got to fight as well. And so I commend the brothers for that. I want to let Tavis Smiley and Dr. West know Obama cannot win every battle. And he has to continue to be forward thinking. And he has to look at the full scope of things. And I already stated, of course, that I believe Tavis Smiley and Dr. West expect Barack Obama to lead the civil rights movement. It's not going to happen. Why would you want this man to commit political suicide? That's exactly what he would be doing if he tries to get in there and be a Martin Luther King Jr. That's not what God called him to be. God called him to be the first African American president of the United States of America. And I can see more and more every day the reason why God chose him for and molded and shaped him for that position. Because some of the stuff he deal with, I couldn't deal with myself. And you couldn't deal with it either. And we wouldn't be as intelligent in that situation. He knows white folks. His mama was white. He knows African folk, real African folk. His daddy and grandma over there in Africa. And of course, have passed. Grandma in the United States, daddy has passed. And he knows black folk. So man is very diverse. And God made him for what he's doing right now. Stop being overcritical of him and follow his lead. I got on to him and made a statement that he has to acknowledge that, yeah, we got some issues in the black community that is going to take some special attention. And Congress going to have to pass some laws and do some things special for the African American community, because the condition that we are in the African American community is not because we lazy. We come from the same blood that built this country from the ground up, enslaved out there on plantation fields. And so that argument there is not even logical. We are in the condition that we are in a lot of the time because of unjust laws of the past. Some of us have gained money. None of us have really gained wealth. How many African American billionaires are there? What do African Americans control as far as influence, as far as being in politics, as far as being on political boards and public boards and controlling grant funds and money and programs that funnel and channel money from the government? I mean, money is one thing, power and wealth, they're all another thing. And so, till next time, thank you for tuning in to make a statement. You're free to respond to my statement or bring up another issue. Remember, this day and time, making a statement can make a difference.
We miss you so much for real. What about the children who ran away? They ain't coming